For the next month, I'm only wearing fragrances in this bag. Let's see what's inside. What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to Aromatix. Today, we'll talk about fragrances that I have in this bag that I'm going to be rocking for the next month. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting a lot more fragrances in between. In fact, I have 4 fragrances right here, brand new, from the brand of Khalis perfumes that we're going to do unboxing or first impressions on. And now that I'm in Dubai, I'm going to be able to get all the new releases right off the frickin' press, including one of those. I'm not sure if those are new releases, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and get started with some of the fragrances in the bag. Starting the list off strong with Swiss Arabian's Shaghaf Oud As Samawat. If you're about powerhouses, man, the bottles that come in this design is exactly that. This, I believe, is an extrait. It's an eau de parfum, but this shit acts like an extrait. It's honey, it's woods, it's ambers. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's really that much of a oud, but it is in fact inspired by or smells in the same vein as Montal's honey oud. It doesn't have that same synthetic opening or alcoholic opening, but this stuff is so strong. Imagine dark, rich, ambery woods dripping in honey, and performance of this stuff is immaculate. Right now in the States, it's probably around, or at least in Michigan, probably around like 54 degrees. This is perfect for that, man, and for the winter time. I can't say that about here. It's still about 90 degrees right now, you guys. It's crazy. Moving on. This next one I remember rocking when I was still in the States, and in fact, the last trip that I was here in Dubai. It's called Oud As Samawat by Absar, sister company to Vuitton, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a very foresty lumberjack style of scent that's very wearable. It smells like Burberry Hero EDP. So although you have like this foresty vibe, it's not that rich. It's actually pretty light, airy, more musky, and with a subtle base sweetness. It's not sweet or anything crazy, but I mean, Burberry Hero, it's not, I mean, who's really raving about it? There's not much to rave about. But the EDP one is definitely one of the better ones, especially because of that sweetness. It kind of reminds me of a more grown and masculine take of something similar, or not even similar, in the vein of like Stronger With You, but with more forest vibe. It's called Oud As Samawat Intense. For the right price.
One eternity later.
Interrupt this program to tell you guys that I just recorded the rest of this video, which was another 15 minutes giving you a shit ton of details that we're just going to go ahead and repeat. Moving on to the next one that I took out of the bag is L'Immensité. L'Immensité started as one of my favorite fragrances from Louis Vuitton. It was a daily scent. It's this musky, ginger, and citrus forward fragrance that over time really just made me feel like dad vibes. A little too musky for my taste, kind of remind me of like classic fragrances such as Tommy Hilfiger, etc. And once I smelled the note of fish, it was over for me. So I like the fragrance, but I personally wouldn't recommend that you wear this to like the gym, or if you already have some BO issues, probably stay away from this one. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend spraying it more than about 5 times. A good scent profile, daily classic scent that'll do definitely better in, I was gonna say, microwaved environments. You probably should not happen that, because my head would probably end up like this and my voice high-pitched, like what's happening on screen right now. And if my editors didn't do it, then I probably just look like an idiot.
Meanwhile,
anyways, moving on. Next one is called City of Stars that I also pulled out. Now, these people are genius, man. So I know that these are too expensive to like recommend as like a signature scent, or even be doing this flippy thingy. We're gonna do it without looking. How about that? All right. How many of your hearts just dropped? Anyway, City of Stars, indicative of the bottle. Sunset is what this one reminds me of, on the beach. And it's almost photorealistic. These fragrances are like nostalgic. This afternoon swim and on the beach without ever being a fragrance that was in my collection. And that just goes to show you the quality and the mastery of like getting the actual natural accords. This one being sun-kissed skin with citrus aloe vera sunburn lotion is what it smells like, with the ocean, like walking on the beach at night because of those ambers, the tiar flower giving it this fatty style of white floral that smells like sunscreen. It's incredible, bro. The photorealism of this. And when you understand the fact that these are experiences is when the value for this goes up. Also, I will say that I've taken inspiration not from the fragrances, the way that they smell, but rather from the way that they're built, in the fact that it's like an experience. And those truly are like the best experience of fragrances, right? When it's an experience, something you can actually feel and sense, like we're doing with some of these other fragrances. that's where you can actually, stand behind something. Now, talking about Meteor, this was the other one that I did. Believe it or not, I've appreciated this more and more over time and even over L'Immensité. And it's not that it's a better fragrance, it's just a more wearable fragrance. They both have like this musky dad vibe, but this one being more wearable because it's citrus and peppers without that ginger that sometimes comes off a little fishy. If I were to wear something like City of Stars, anywhere from 5 to 8 sprays, it does have a pretty fatty white floral and a soft touch, which is very nice, especially if you have a pretty rugged personality. This can be more inviting for you. And yes, trust me, bro, like it makes a difference. Meteor, however, gives you something a bit more masculine, more hair on your chest. If you're a little bit more of a reserved person, it might either make you feel uncomfortable or suit your personality. And that's another trait that people neglect when you go and smell fragrances. Why something smells good or not is, depending on your personality. Now, this fragrance is a daily office style of scent. It smells like Azzaro Chrome Extreme, and for the longest time, I was like, why would you pay that much? But it's the cream of the crop when it comes to it. Lasting power for this is the entire day, sometimes to the next day on clothing. So that's something that will work, absolutely will work here in the Dubai heat as well. But I wouldn't recommend wearing it if you already have BO because of that musk and pepper accord. You can wear something, definitely stay away from that scent profile. Otherwise, up to 6 sprays. Next one I pulled out of the bag was Zandel. And Sheen from IFF absolutely killed this DNA. That's the perfumer that I worked with. And this is a Patchouli Absolute with bunch of different vanillas that get a little bit overshadowed by the chocolate truffle accord. That's also, by the way, Sheen is like a gourmand freak. He loves it. We're working on a guava fragrance right now as well. Shout out to IFF. With also the rum rum accord. So it's a very rich, rugged vanilla that's earthy, that's also chocolatey. It's a super concentrated fragrance that I really want to, a lot of these are experiences, a lot of these are to just give you the most saturation at the price point. It's like statements. That's what these all are. They're not for the faint of heart. They're not for people who, at least this collection, the first collection that released, people who just want to, put on something light, etc. Those are in fact some of the newer releases like Magnetic, which is incredible for that purpose, and even Sun-Kissed and Tease Me. But the concentration for those and these, you really don't need that many sprays. And this is something I have to absolutely emphasize with this one specifically. So Zandel, this one, I would personally recommend spraying it once or twice and giving it a second, because the rum accord, along with the ambroxan, it could definitely be harsh in the first, I would say, 30 seconds. So give it a second, then smell it, and then determine whether or not you want to spray anymore. I would wear it in Dubai. In fact, sometimes when you wear contrasting fragrances that you would think won't work, end up working even better than the rest. This is a compliment machine. If you enjoy those rich, dense scents, that thing gets noticed nonstop. Allure Couture by Fragrance World. Ladies, you need this in your collection. This is, if not a one-to-one, one of the closest to Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. I didn't really see too much glaze or talk about this fragrance, and it's understandable because by the time this came out, there were so freaking many of these Devotion fragrances. This one, absolutely phenomenal. It's a fragrance that I've worn myself, not just this, the original itself. And by the way, like when it comes to all these fragrances that are getting duped and duped and duped, you guys, most of the time it's the factories. It's like, imagine I'm factory X and I just go around like Jehovah's Witness with a box of like, fragrances, and I'm just knocking brand to brand like, hey Riffs, are you interested in this Dolce & Gabbana Devotion formula? Yeah, sure, I'll take 700. Here you go. And then, hey, Fragrance World, are you interested in this? I see brands that are hip with the marketing or that know what's going on out there. They're going to be like, well, you kind of already gave it to another brand, or there's already one coming out. We want one that's better quality, or we want one with a twist. We want better than your last client. Okay, but you're going to have to pay more. Yes. Okay, it's just got to be better, stronger, longer. Yeah, we could do it. 50 dirhams more. And then you have the second one born. And then not only that, but then you have some of the ones that are not in the game, which unfortunately, knowledge is power, but it's the truth. They'll go knocking. Hey, you want this fragrance? What is it? What does it smell like? Well, we put some lemon. It's a creation. Lemon and pound cake. I've never smelled anything like this. We'll take it. 7,000. And there you go. And then you have some of them where we want a twist. So then you end up with, you get the idea, right? And at the end of the day, that's the nature. That's the reality of it. It's a sales game. It's sales. They go, they sell. If they can sell it, they'll sell it. Why as me, let's say I'm the factory, would I want to make my job more complicated or twist or change it, etc. Right? At the end of the day, it's just that. You can't go around and work on or worry about the morality of these salespeople. It just doesn't work like that. But what you can do is subscribe for information like this from straight inside the behind the scenes of the industry, and also the honest to God truth, and just telling you blatantly like this. A lot of people just don't even know, or they just won't tell you. I will. I don't care. And because there's nothing wrong with it, right? There's nothing wrong with Factory X doing that. And there's nothing wrong with Factory that. Is it right for you or not? No, obviously it sucks for us, but it's going to happen. There's nothing. It's like you can't worry about the morality of like how they make cars or how people do their jobs. It's their jobs. But you can definitely count on me to let you guys know. And moving on. The next one, and I think an amazing fragrance for the summertime, this right here. Hate it or love it, I don't care, because it is so good. I love this fragrance. It's juicy apricot, watery, vegetal quality with a crisp mint and dates. It smells like Pacific Chill, but a lot more cucumbery and more minty. I love this stuff, you guys. And for Dubai, it's amazing. I personally wear this to the gym. Everywhere else, it smells a little high-end too. Oh my God, that's so good. A bit more zesty. Don't go there. I see you. Oh. Well, I'm not in the States anymore, so I had to get rid of all my pew-pews, which kind of sucks, man. I spent so much money on pew-pews. I've been wanting to make content on that stuff, but you can't, because then you'll, you know. Anyways, so this smells really good. Not exact, I'm telling you guys, not exact, but the concentration, not exact, but the concentration on this is fire, straight gas. Moving on to the next one. This is called Himeos. So get your balls in a bunch and don't sit on them, as Michelle would say. This is a super supple and creamy leather that places me in the vein of like African leather by Memo Paris, Tuscan leather, dark black Afghano vibes. This is really good. It's also an extrait de parfum, and they're boasting in terms of like the performance, etc. And honestly, this shit is no joke. If you like those style of fragrances, black, supple leather, that's a good one. I need a shave, I know. Well, you guys, I just got here not long ago. Busy, but still on a mission to get you guys the best information. I got some Khalas perfumes. Has anybody even seen these? I'm going to be cracking these open, inshallah, soon, and making some content. That's it, you guys. I don't want to bore you with any of the rest of these fragrances. We might just make another video. Here's some on the beach if you want to know whether or not it's going to be worth it. All you have to do is subscribe, and I'll let you know in the next video. I don't want to make this drag any longer. Oh my God, I left out some straight gas, wallah. Straight gas. Oh, but it's okay, because you're not going to miss it. Oh shit, I thought I broke it. Because you're going to subscribe, and I'm going to kiss you, whether you like it or not. Stay. Don't you dare click out. Love you guys. I don't even blame you if you just unsubscribed right now. Please don't. Sorry. Forgive me. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys.